What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, and finally I'm back from my Thanksgiving coma. I tell you, man, Thanksgiving was good, and I hope it was good for all of you. Enjoying your family, getting time to spend with family, friends, and eating delicious food. Of course, I'm pretty sure everybody had that dish that they didn't want to eat, but hey, let's keep it going. I'm going to talk about my keys to the game, and I'm going to let you guys know this is a game that Washington can win by 2 touchdowns. This game is very pivotal. And not only that, there are some things that I feel can happen in this game that I think nobody was expecting. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the keys of the game. Key number 1, run the ball. Seattle has been kind of fairly good against the run, but they are absolutely, when it comes to people running against them, they have been making very big mistakes in the run game, and we can run the ball. I will say this: do not risk running the ball constantly up the middle. They will take advantage of that. Now, I will say this: it does open them up to the passing game across the middle, but still, don't risk it, because one thing about Seattle, and we've known this for years, and it has not changed, this team is capable of stripping the ball and creating fumbles. We cannot play around with this team. We cannot play around with this defense. Even though they're statistically not looking that well, we don't want to play around with them. So we are going to have to run the ball. Run the ball to the edges. You can run some to the middle, but don't run it directly up the middle. Like I said, again, run the ball. Number 2, be on time in the passing game. Taylor cannot have 5 progressions. He just can't. This game is one of those games where short, quick passing game is needed and desired. You cannot play around. Again, this secondary is not a bad secondary. I think so many people think that this secondary is a terrible secondary. It's not bad at all. Trust and believe. You definitely want to make sure you take advantage of this defense. Their soft spots is in the middle. And like I said again, you have to be on time. This pass rush, yeah, it takes them a while to get there, but trust and believe, if you're not on time, they're getting a sack, period. Hands down, they're getting a sack. You have to be on time in the passing game. I don't care where it's going at. If it's a screen play, get that ball to that running back immediately. If it's a slant, even though I don't suggest slants, because for some reason their secondary, when it comes to slant patterns, they take advantage. But anything that is supposed to be on time, make sure it's on time. You have to not play around with this team. And because of the key number 2, that leads me into key number 3. Taylor uses his legs when the routes are covered. Taylor can be the X factor in this game. And I'm not talking about just in the passing game. Taylor is going to have to be the X factor in this game overall. Taylor's going to have to throw the ball. He's going to also have to run. If Taylor does not make it a point of running the ball, and Taylor doesn't make it a point of, after he sees what is covered, what's not covered, whatever he can do, he's going to have to get on his horse and get out of there. He cannot play around with this defense. This defense collapses pockets. They get sacks. They don't play. Again, statistically, they don't look that good, but trust and believe, this defense will wake up as the game goes along. So don't play around. Like I said, in the Green Bay game, understand what this defense did in the Green Bay game. The score at the half was 3-0 Green Bay. That was at the half. So that tells you the type of pressure and the type of defense they play. You don't want to play around with this Seattle defense at all. So Taylor is definitely going to have to use his legs if he sees that the routes are covered. Key number 4, and this is a major key. Do not let these wide receivers run free in our secondary. Stay home. I don't care what is going on. Stay home. If you guys are supposed to double cover, if the secondary is supposed to double cover the wide receivers, stay home with that. Do not let these wide receivers or even this tight end get open in our secondary. If that happens, we are going to lose this game. Tyler Lockett is a dangerous guy when he gets open, and he yards after catch, it's guaranteed with him. The same thing applies to DK Metcalf. The thing about DK Metcalf is that he's a monster, and he will jump up and over people like it's nothing. So you cannot let this particular receiving group get open in your secondary. They cannot be running free. They can't be just doing whatever they want to do. We cannot let that happen at all. Do not, under any circumstances, let these wide receivers even feel like they're not covered, because it's going to be an awful day for us. Key number 5, locate Jamal Adams, which means you have to audible. Now, this is a game where Scott Turner's going to have to really do everything he can to get Taylor Heinicke 2 plays and audible when he sees where Jamal Adams is. The point of this is that Jamal Adams is probably one of the smartest and most disruptive safeties in the league. Cameron Curl will become what Jamal Adams is in regards to his ability to be aware of what's going on the field. Not only that, Jamal Adams, when it comes to disrupting plays, he does a fantastic job of disrupting plays to the point at where he gets tons of tackles for losses. I mean, and the reason I'm saying that is quite easy. If Jamal Adams is in the box, then you want to sit up there and you got a running play in the box, you have to audible out of that play and go to a pass that is behind him. Don't sit up there and let Jamal Adams beat you because you're not paying attention to where he's located. Not only that, if you are running to his side, audible, run to the other side. Because again, like I said, he can be a major factor on the defensive side of the football. If Jamal Adams sits up there and he gets the tee off, and one thing about Jamal Adams, he'll make 1 play. But if he starts making 2 plays and 3 plays and 4 plays, you're in for a long day. After that, the defense will not let up because Jamal Adams is their spark. And like I said, if he makes more than 2 plays, trust and believe the game is over for us when it comes on the defensive side. They will be getting home all day. And last but not least, key number 6, get home on the pass rush. Now, a lot of y'all are going to say, John, one of your keys wasn't stop Russell Wilson. Well, my key number 6 is basically stop Russell Wilson. But let me explain to y'all why I said get home on the pass rush. If you guys have been watching the most recent games against Seattle, Russell Wilson has made the commitment to not run the ball. I don't know if you guys have noticed that in regards to Seattle this year. Before the injury, Russell Wilson was scrambling a little bit more, but not as often. The past 2 games, you can tell Russell Wilson is not scrambling at all. There was one play against, I think it was against Arizona, where he dropped back and the pass rush was on him. Old Russell Wilson would have turned around and ran the ball to the opposite side of the field and would have made a positive play out of a negative play. Russell Wilson went straight to the ground. I've seen Russell Wilson this year go to the ground often this year when it comes to his scrambling. What I think is that Russell Wilson has strongly committed to not running the ball like he used to anymore. And I know that a lot of you are going to say, oh, well, guess what? It's going to happen against us. No. This man has done it in multiple games. When a person does something over and over and over again, eventually that becomes who they are. And from my standpoint, Russell Wilson has made the commitment to not run the ball like he used to. He does not make the plays that he used to make in regards to scrambling and stuff like that. Will he run around and try to extend plays? Yes. But guess what? He also gets caught extending plays a lot as well. So trust and believe. I understand that y'all gonna want to say we got to contain Russell Wilson. We just need our pass rush to get home. That all we need is for our front four, front five to get home on Russell Wilson and make the tackle. That's it. Because he's not the threat he used to be. And I know a lot of y'all are going to sit up there and say, I'm telling y'all, you watch these Seattle games, he has committed himself to not being a scrambler like he used to. I don't know if the injury shook him up and what happened with it or whatever, because you got to remember, this is Russell Wilson's first major injury. And I think the injury shook him up enough that he's not going to be that type of style of quarterback anymore. He'll scramble, he'll extend plays, but he's committed to not actually going out there and taking hits and running the ball for long distance. He's committed himself to not doing that. And that's why I said again, we have to get home on the pass rush. Y'all, this is a game we can 100% win. We can 100% win this game by 2 touchdowns. I mean, I'm looking at this. We can win this game by 2 touchdowns. I'm not going to say 3. I think it's 2. But we have to hit all these keys. Like, we can't play around. I mean, it's only 6 keys. We hit all these keys, we're winning this game, and we're winning this game big time. Taylor is the X factor in this game, period, hands down. He is our total X factor. When it comes down to it, if Taylor is on his job and doing what I said in the sense of the short passing game, him and Scott Turner, short passing game, quick passing game, get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out. And if Taylor sees that his first couple routes aren't open, he's running. He got to get himself out of there. We are winning this game, and we're winning this game big time. Not only that, this game will be a huge statement to the other teams that we're playing. And, you know, we got the Raiders that's going to come up after that. But I'm just saying, with Seattle, we can definitely win this game. So this is what I'm thinking. I know a lot of y'all may sit up here and feel a little crazy about this, but I think Washington is going to have a big advantage in this game. The score will be, and I get it. I get that there's a fear in this whole thing, but 21-34 Washington football team. Now, I trust me. I know. Washington will absolutely win this game. Like I said, these keys are easy keys for them to accomplish. They accomplish these keys, 34-21. Washington football team beats the Seattle Seahawks. This has been your man, John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.